Thank you, Mr Chair. I want to quote the Right Honourable Sir Geoffrey Palmer, President of the Law Commission, when he presented the report in December 2009, when he said about this bill that we need a new statute to reflect the nature of the modern Office of Governor-General. The office is vitally important to New Zealand's constitution. The Office of Governor-General is an important symbol of our nation. The Governor-General stands above political differences to provide a sense of national unity and identity. And so that's why on this side of the House we support this bill. It's a modest but useful step in the direction of modernising the arrangements around the Office of the Governor-General. And there are many useful elements in this bill, sir, that we have begun to discuss. But I have to say, sir, that I'm struck by the bankrupt and contradictory impulses that are driving the National Party's approach to issues of national identity and the Office of the Governor-General, sir. And I say this because this is the government led by John Key that is bringing back knights and dames, that's bringing back Queen's Councils. Any moment, sir, I expect we're going to have medieval jousting on the forecourt of Parliament. I expect that we'll see Mr Hone Harawira transported into this House in a gold-encrusted carriage pulled by white horses, sir. Nothing would surprise me given this government's fondness for medieval regalia. So on one hand, they bring to the House from Select Committee a bill to modernise the Office of the Governor-General, sir, and to sort out the arrangements, make them more transparent, to provide clarity around the payment of annuities and so on. And on the other, they are festooning our national parliament with medieval regalia that I thought we'd got rid of 200 years ago. And at the same time, sir, we find that the Prime Minister is so besotted with the trappings of our colonial heritage, but simultaneously he goes on to a morning television talk show and completely fails to defend the person and the office of our Governor-General against some of the most racist and offensive attacks that I've seen in my lifetime on the office of Governor-General. And I think that shows the inability of the Prime Minister to open his mouth and defend Anand Satyanarayana, our Governor-General, against a gutter attack. Shows, sir, that the motive behind the clauses that we're debating in Part 1 of this bill, that the motives are an inch deep, sir. They are quite happy on that side of the House to warble on about annuities and the arrangements for sums payable after the Governor-General leaves office, but they cannot find it in themselves to actually speak from the heart and defend our Governor-General when he is the subject of the most baseless and scurrilous attack by Paul Henry on breakfast television, when he questioned whether or not our current Governor-General looks and sounds like a New Zealander.
Now, I've motioned to the person to stay within the scope of Part 1. And yes, we have a tradition that members can use examples, but the member needs to relate the examples to some clause or some aspect of the bill. This isn't a general debate. Phil Twyford.
Should we get a pay if he's going to be defamed like that?
Thank you, Mr Chairman. I was simply trying to make the point that that Part 1, sir, of this bill sets out some modest but useful provisions which will modernise the arrangements around the Office of the Governor-General, that brings some clarity and transparency to the payment of salary, the definition of family, and it's important, sir, that we do have clarity and that we do have some transparency about these arrangements. It's appropriate that the Remuneration Authority is tasked with setting the level of remuneration for the Governor-General. It's important that there is clarity and transparency, and one of the reasons is that the Governor-General, because of the office, that he or she holds is unable to defend themselves. The individuals holding office, we don't want them engaging in political debate, and that is why, sir, we should be.
John Hayes.
Chairman, I'd like to speak.